resolution is eat a little bit healthier this year, and what's helping me out here is Factor. Get ready for the new year. Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery takes the stress out of meal planning, sets you up for success in the new year. Skip the grocery store's prep or cooking fatigue. Instead, get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. With over 35 meals to choose per week, including options like keto, calorie smart, vegan, and veggie, plus over 55 add-ons, you have a ton of nutritious flavors options to kickstart your New Year's resolution. Forget frantic lunch preps, rush dinners. Factor's 2-minute meals are your secret weapon for the New Year's. Fuel up fast with restaurant-quality meals, all delivered right to your door. Factor now offers loads of snack options like breakfast smoothies, juice, snacks, and more to keep you going no matter what the schedule is. Skip the overpriced takeout trap. Factor is cheaper and way more delicious than takeout. Get chef-crafted restaurant-quality meals delivered right to your door. They're ready to heat and eat in just 2 minutes, which means more time for you. Need a special occasion meal? Gourmet Plus is the perfect Factor solution for looking for fast, upscale options done easily. When things get hectic, Factor is flexible. Change your order up every week with plans to 4 to 18 meals per week, or pause and reschedule deliveries anytime. Factor has everything I need for the week of flavorful, nutritious eats. In addition to ready-to-eat meals, they have cold-pressed juices, smoothies, energy bites, extra protein, veggie sides, and more to keep me energized during the frantic times. Head to factormeals.com/LionsChat50. Use code LionsChat50 to get a 50% off. That's code LionsChat50 at factormeals.com/LionsChat50 to get 50% off. Folks, welcome to the One Pride Podcast. We took all things Detroit Lions news and rumors. I'm actually having someone shadow me to learn a little bit about how we operate in the back, so this is really fun, interesting here. But before we get into today's show, do a shout out to producer Amanda. That's what we got going on right now. We got Michael Jones in the building. We got Vash Starwin, Mofo Jimbo, Dobson, James Janella, Robert Bruce. We also got Seth in the building, Taylor, Alexis, Janella. Janellas are riding high today. Big M, what's going on? Dave Cameron, Dennis Tetrick, Austin King, Lisa DeLorenzo, Mr. Fresh Sports, Chrome, and Shift OD. All in the building, ready to talk Detroit Lions. And in this show, look, we're going to get into the latest news and rumors. We're going to be talking about the Lions versus Minnesota Vikings Sunday 1 p.m. matchup. Should the Lions keep their starters in? What potentially could happen in this game? Other teams are resting players, i.e. the Los Angeles Rams. Massive implications for the Detroit Lions, because if they lose their game, we may not be facing the Rams. It could be the Green Bay Packers. And what if the Chicago Bears win? It could be a different matchup. So a lot to occur right there. And I know you were going to do some QA. I know it. We're going to talk about it. I guarantee you're going to ask about the no call, bad call, whatever you want to call it. You're going to talk about the Isaiah Buggs and Bruce Irvin and all that stuff. So I can't wait to do that in the Q&A session here in about 25 minutes. Always love it, and I think that's the best part of there. Folks, we got 83 people in the building right now with only 34 likes. Let's get to 50 likes, 16 away. It does help out when we do get to 100 likes. We're going to do an ultra combo. Y'all love the ultra combo. That's what it's all about, is having a good time. We're going to also talk about the Pro Bowl as well. We got a $10 super chat from Mr. Fresh Sports. That is for you, Mr. Fresh Sports. Ultra Combo did it early. Anytime you drop a $10 super, Mr. Fresh Sports, appreciate you. If you got a question a little bit later, I'll definitely take your question for dropping that super chat a little bit early. I may need to, look, I'm old. I'm old, man, so you got to just point it out for me, and I'll get it to you. And we're going to get to the Pro Bowl selections, too. Let's start with the Pro Bowl really quick. As you know, the Detroit Lions got 5 players that made it to the Pro Bowl. Sam Laporta, awesome. Frank the Tank Ragnow. You have Penei Sewell, Aidan Hutchinson, and Jalen Reeves-Maybin. So we'll start with getting our great tight end right there, Sam Laporta. $4.99 super chat. Right there. Donald Parrish dropping a $4.99 Super J says, I certainly rather beat on the Packers than the Rams. Donald Parrish, first off, thank you for that Super Chat, and I agree with you. Why? Because the Packers beat us on Thanksgiving. That still has a sting in me. I'm salty and sour over it. I'd love to get payback on Wild Card Weekend. But I do think that the Rams are a worse team than right now than the Packers. Well, not worse team. I think the matchup suits the Lions better going against a Matthew Stafford-led quarterback who predominantly stands in the pocket compared to a Jordan Love who's a little bit mobile. I think the Lions defense is set up well for the statue quarterbacks, and I think that would be a better matchup. But look, I'm with you. I want redemption and payback. That's what Mr. Fresh says. They're not playing Gardner, are they, Mike? They are going to play C.J. Gardner-Johnson from the last time that I heard. CJ DJ could be making his return on Sunday. That is going to be awesome. I cannot wait to see it. I want to see how the formation of the back end of the defense actually plays out. I think that's really important. How they're going to use Afutu Melifonwu with C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Brian Branch in there. And obviously Jerry Jacobs, no life, yo life, Jerry Jacobs right there. So it's going to be really, really intriguing to see how they do that. Super excited to see how the defense is going to be formed right there. You can never have enough playmakers. Sam Laporta, rookie, tight end, going to the Pro Bowl. Love it. Love what Sam Laporta is doing. Great draft pick by Brad Holmes. He killed it right there. Frank the Tank Ragnow, one of the best centers in all football. We knew he was going to go there if he stayed healthy. He stayed healthy predominantly throughout this season. Good to go. Penei Sewell, the best tackle in all of football, right or left. Penei Sewell is the stud. He is going back to the Pro Bowl again, like he always does. Aidan Hutchinson making his Pro Bowl debut. Lions edge rusher, getting love. 3 sacks versus Dallas Cowboys. He has the 3rd most pressures in all of football. The guy's getting it done. Jalen Reeves-Maybin, the safety we brought back. We actually drafted him. Then he left, and we bring him back, and he's going to the Pro Bowl for special teams. All he does is get first downs on 4th down, so he deserves to get in there. Jared Goff, 2nd alternate. That means we're going to be seeing Jared Goff in the Pro Bowl if the Lions are not in the Super Bowl. We know how the alternates go. People back out and there's injuries. I expect to see him if the Lions are not in the Super Bowl. Jahmyr Gibbs, 1st alternate. Totally expect him to see in the Pro Bowl if the Lions are not in the Super Bowl. Why? Because it's either going to be the Philadelphia Eagles, the Detroit Lions, San Francisco 49ers. The odds is one of those teams is going to be in the Super Bowl. And guess what? You have DeAndre Swift, who's in the Pro Bowl. You have C.J. Gardner, you have Run CMC in the Pro Bowl. And if one of those teams go to the Super Bowl, obviously you got Jahmyr Gibbs then going to the Pro Bowl. Crazy enough, or David Montgomery, 4th in the Pro. So Lions could potentially have 2 running backs. It's absolutely nuts. St. Brown was screwed in the Pro Bowl. He's a 1st alternate. He will be in the Pro Bowl this year. Then you got Jonah Jackson 3rd, Alex Anzalone 5th, and Raymond 4th. So Lions got a lot of representation in the Pro Bowl this year. And it's cool to see. You could potentially see 8 Detroit Lions players in the Pro Bowl if the Lions are not in the Super Bowl. Big if, right? I mean, do we expect the Lions to make the Super Bowl? Probably not. Can they? 100%. They could beat Philadelphia. They could definitely beat Dallas. Dallas. They have a shot against San Francisco. I'd take San Francisco 7 out of 10 times, but they still have a shot right there, and that's awesome, awesome, awesome for them. Mike, how is J-Mo? Any hurt? He's dinged up. Not a big deal, in all honesty there, Katie. He's dinged up. Look, if he doesn't play on Sunday, it's not because, he's so hurt. It's because if there's any sort of injuries to any players, in a normal game they would play, you're not going to play it on Sunday. I'm sorry. If they're dinged up, rest these guys for the playoffs. The last thing we need is Jamison Williams getting tackled and then getting a high ankle sprain due to his ankle issue, and then he can't play for the wild card. That's the last thing we need, right? So he's fine. They'll all be – James Houston will be in the playoffs. You'll see Jamison Williams in the playoffs. Lions are healthy. They're really, really healthy. We got a $2 super chat. Did you see the NFLPA voted Aaron Glenn as top defensive coordinator? Yes, I did. That was actually one of the next subject I was going to talk about. They made him as the most popular coordinator in the NFL. That's crazy. That's crazy. So you got Ben Johnson, who's the most coveted coordinator in football, Lions OC. He's great chance he becomes a head coach. Then you got Aaron Glenn being loved by the NFLPA. Well, it's not unexpected, right? He's a former player. He seems like a cool guy. You know, we could talk about his coaching issues, right? If the good, bad, and the ugly. But as a human, he seems like he's pretty cool dude. So congratulations to him right there. Let's get to 75 likes. Right now I see we got 60 likes in there. Let's get to 75. Goal is 100. 15 away. We got 128 you in the building. Go ahead and smash that like button right there. So look, good news. Lions getting repped in the Pro Bowl. The Lions are looking pretty good. Now let's get into this game, Lions and Vikings here, because look, I could talk about stats 24/7 in this game. But in this game, I really do believe stats are like women in yoga pants. You see a lot, but you don't see everything. And in this game on Sunday, you got two different teams here, folks. You got a team in the Detroit Lions. They're really good. They're trying to make a charge. You got the Minnesota Vikings, who it felt like they gave up in the Packers game. Did they already book it in for the season? Potentially. You get the Lions that got screwed the Dallas Cowboys game, and they're pissed. Okay, the players are pissed. St. Brown's pissed. Aidan Hutchinson's pissed. We've seen the interviews. They want to come out there, and they want to dominate. And I think they're going to take their anger out on... Oh, thank you. Yeah, we're not going to be doing a whole lot of spamming. When we do spam, I'll say do spam, but other than that, I want people to be able to comment. So just FYI, Evan Davis, not upset. Let's see. Report a lineman as eligible every play versus the Vikings. $1.99 Super by Q Ball 93. Did you know that Taylor Decker report is eligible? I think our report is eligible as well. I think everybody should automatically report is eligible. Unless you're Frank the Tank Ragnow. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's continue on here. Lions offense is really good going against a look, the Vikings defense has good numbers, right? Points per game is 22nd in the NFL. But other than that, total yards, 12, 6, 27, and their turnovers is cheeks. They get a lot of praise. Brian Flores does over there for the DC. He's very aggressive, nearly 60% blitz percentage over there. I think he's been figured out. All I could say is their defense has played really bad in the last month, and I think the Detroit Lions easily could take advantage. I could see a situation. I didn't put this in my Lions versus Vikings prediction video that the Lions going to drop 40 on them, but I could see a situation where they do, because you got the Lions pissed, they're booked in, and the Lions could do such a thing. And then, look, if they're up, I don't know, 2-3 scores in the third quarter, I could see a situation where they just go ahead and put Teddy in there. They start pulling players immediately to rest these guys, because there's really no reason to go full on caveman in this game and just beat on these guys 24/7 and risk an injury. If you look what happened to the Miami Dolphins, they were getting blown out. They had like 8 minutes left in the game. They were down by 30-some points, and they kept their starters in. What did they do? They lost their best defensive player for the year with an ACL tear, and then Tua gets a shoulder injury. That's the last damn thing you want before you go to the playoffs. And Taylor Decker didn't practice yesterday, and if he doesn't practice today, I'm going to suspect that he may be rested for the game. And if that's the case, do you really, really want to have Jared Goff out there? Well, you know, do you really want to take that chance? I would say no. I would definitely play the starters for a while because you want to get their feet wet. But if Taylor Decker's not playing and you're starting to see Jared Goff get hit, maybe you're just like, you know what, let's go ahead and pack it in. But this is all game situations, right? We don't know exactly what is going to happen in this game. So this is multiple scenarios that can occur. Now let's get into other games that really affect our Detroit Lions. 2 away by way from 80 likes. 2 away, we get 2. we can get 2. So let's do it. So much more than we got screwed. I know, yeah, the screw job sucks. The screw job sucks for sure. And we'll talk about that. If you ask me in the QA, I'll answer it. I really don't want to talk about it anymore, but I will do QA here in a couple minutes, and we'll if that gets asked, we'll talk about it. But I've talked enough about it, and I'm tired of the referees, in all honesty. And that's the way that it is for me. But the Rams San Francisco game has big implications for the Detroit Lions. Gigantic implications here, folks. Basically, all the starters for the Rams is going to be rested in this game. And they're going to get San Francisco, who's resting some players. If San Francisco is going to win that game, like I said, I don't know what the total over and under in that game is, but I suspect it's going to be double digits now after that game, after announcing that they're going to be resting their starters. I suspect it's going to move significantly high. I don't know what it is now. I think the line is still not really adjusted yet, but I'm going to assume that the spread has changed. Let me see here. Trying to find the spread right now. -4. Wow, that's it. So they only got 4-point advantage to the San Francisco 49ers. I would absolutely, if that stays that way, I'd bet on that game that they're gonna cover that for sure. But I suspect, and I predict, obviously it's an easy prediction, that the 49ers are going to win. If that's the case, we could be facing the Packers on the playoffs, first game of playoffs, because the Packers face the Chicago Bears. But what if, and it's very possible, the Chicago Bears beat the Packers? The Rams lose, the Packers lose. Or what if some Rams win? There's so many different alternates, but it feels like to me that the Lions may be facing the Packers there. I think that's potentially it. And look, I think, again, we could talk about the Rams. We could talk about what team we want to face. I think the best matchup is the Rams for Lions' favor, but I want to face the Packers the most. So let me know in the comment section right now. Who do you want to face? Do you want to face Green Bay? Put GB. Do you want to face LA? Put LA in the comment section for the very first home playoff game at Ford Field. Are you one of those guys that wants to face the Matthew Stafford-led Rams? Or are you kind of like me, you want to get revenge on the Green Bay Packers for coming in here on Turkey Day and beating us up? Let me know in the comment section who you would rather face. Michael Daniel says, I would rather face the Rams. He wants to face the Rams, and I totally get it right there. He wants to face the Rams. He wants the ability right there to get this in there and get it done. That's what he wants to do. Is he wants to face the Matthew Stafford led Rams. You say Dragon Fan says Seattle, so not even the one I want. We got CS Sports in Tafka saying Green Bay. So we got Green Bay, Seattle, LA, Packers, Seattle. Well, it's a mixed bag here, folks. It's a mixed bag here, folks. LA from Shift. So you guys want to face the Rams. I think it is a better matchup for sure. I do think it's a better matchup, and that is the truth here. We're 7 likes away from 100. Let's get to 100 likes with 179 of you in the building. Let's get those likes up. Let's get to 100. We will do an ultra combo. We'll be super excited to do it here. And that is the bottom line, because I said so. But a lot of Green Bays. Slanton and James. Green Bay. If the Bears win, doesn't... No. Yeah, if the Bears win, it doesn't matter what the Rams game. The Rams, despite the game outcome. Correct. Yes. Correct. So it could be either Green Bay or the Rams. I don't know how Seattle gets in there. That would be if the Lions got the number 2 seed. So if the Lions were to win... And I think if the Packers win, or no, if the Lions were to win, Chicago wins, Seattle wins, then the Lions would face Seattle because the Lions in the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Luge. So it's still a lot to go over. It depends where seeding you're at. So if you're the number 2 seed, you face the 7th seed. If you're number 3 seed, you face the 6th seed. So if the Lions... They still can face Seattle, but you would have to get the number 2 seed, and then Seattle win, and the Bears win. But if the Lions win, Lions get the 2 seed, and then Dallas and Philly loses, and the Rams lose, it's very possible that we'll face the Rams. So we still got a lot of outcomes going on. It's crazy how the seeding works. And that's the NFL. It always comes down to a lot of these games, the final game. We got 100 likes. That's a Ultra Combo. Let's do another one here. Ultra Combo. Shout out to you guys for 100 likes. 100 likes. Got it done. I appreciate you. We got 186 in the building. We're going to open up QA right now. So if you got a question, put hashtag Lions or hashtag something. Whatever you want to do, that's what we're going to get in here. And I don't know why it keeps doing that. Let me see something here. Let me get, that's why. So we got big comment. It was screwing up. I was wondering why it wouldn't show your comments on there. Now we are good to go right there. Brendan Miller says, hashtag F Dallas. Thank you very much. If you're Detroit, you let Teddy play at least the second half. He's retiring at the end of the season. Let him finish out his career beating the team who drafted him. I get it for sure. I still want to win the game. It just depends how the game is going. But look, if the line's going to rest starters, I have no problem with Teddy Bridgewater out there. Absolutely not. You'd like to see a little bit of Hendon Hooker, but it does make sense, Brendan. That's probably the route they would go because, you know, it's his final game. He's retiring, and he is the backup. He is the number 2 backup. How long do the starters play? Game's going to dictate this, Big M. I couldn't tell you. Right now, I'm going to go with they play all the way, okay? But if there is any sort of injury, like even questionables on the injury report, I suspect those players won't play. If the Lions get out of hand and they're beating the team pretty good, I think they'll rest their starters. If the Lions are losing significantly, they will rest their starters. I think it's going to be game dictate. Evan Davis. Hard question here. Do you think the Lions suck? Man, come on. God damn. You guys are crazy, man. Let's get some real questions. Should we fire Aaron Glenn? They're not going to fire Aaron Glenn in season. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Let's see. Green Bay has a healthy Aaron Jones. They look better than LA. I think I don't know if they look better. It's like look, Green Bay is like hot or cold. They get blown out or they can blow a team out. I think it's just a more difficult matchup because of the idea of the Lions are better against quarterbacks that stand in the pocket compared to mobile quarterbacks that extend the play. Yesterday was my birthday. I'm 34 years old. Well, happy birthday to Justin May the rapper. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, buddy. Bugs is retiring. Is that breaking news? Did it just occur that he is retiring? It is very possible that he could retire. I haven't seen that yet, so I'm not going to say that it's not the case. Let's see. The Packers, do you think that Jordan Love is having a insanity run? No, I don't think he's having an insane run. I think he plays hot and cold. He's good in some games, and he's bad in other games. He's a young player. Let's see. Do you think Gibbs and Monty hit 1,000? I think, let's see. I'm pretty sure it's 25 yards for Montgomery to get that 1,000-yard mark. I think it's 25, and I think it's around 80 for Gibbs. Let me get the exact amount up for you guys because I don't know it right now. But I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Let's get the exact number so I know it. Here we got, yes, 25 yards for David Montgomery. He'll get it. He's going to get it on Sunday. He'll get his 1,000 yards. You have Jahmyr Gibbs, who has 915, so he's got 85 to go. Depending on the resting of the starters, they both will get it. It's going to be difficult for Sam Laporta because look, if he's dinged up, he may not be playing the game, but yeah, I say they get it. If I missed your question, just repost it. I'm not being a dick. It's because I missed it. Do you think that the Lions have some good future on the yes? Some good future on the. I think they're a good team. They're a good future. They have drafted well, a lot of young players. When you draft well and you have young talent on the team, you predominantly are a good football team for years to come. They have done that. I agree that they're going to be a good team. Do you agree that Aaron Glenn has actually been doing pretty good? Last month, yes, I do agree. I I love the fact that he benched Jerry Jacobs. I love the fact that he benched Tracy Walker in favor of Afutu Melifonwu and Vildor. Those two players have made this defense much better. Much better. I like the aggressive blitzing. It has been working, especially with Afutu Melifonwu. And he made the hard decision, the tough decision to bench some two players, and it's worked out magically. That's what we were calling for. We were calling for Jerry Jacobs to be replaced, and it happened, and it changed this defense. So he has been played well. I have no problem saying that. And keep it up. Hopefully he does really good in the playoffs, and we can do a run. Give us some insight on the bugs in Irvin is gone. Besides making room for others, has to be something else there. Bugs, it was more of, I don't know if he really wanted to be there. I don't know if they really want him to be there. That's what I was told the other day. So that's more of a mutual release. Irvin, I think the Lions wanted him to be there, but maybe he was not wanting to be here fully. Maybe he has something else going on. He's 36 years old. He is an older veteran. I think the Lions liked him. They would have kept him, but maybe he kind of wanted to be released. Not saying that he didn't want to be here specifically, but he has a life. So maybe there's something else going on with his life, because that's what Dan Campbell said, is he has other stuff going on. How do you think CD will do on Sunday? I hope he does great. I get that rust off him. Hopefully he does a phenomenal job. I'm curious to see how they put him and where they put Iffy. That's what we want to see. Will it be a lot harder in the NFC North next year? It will 100% be a lot harder in the NFC North next year. Bears are playing good. They got the first pick in the draft, and they got a top 10 pick, and they got another pick in the top 10. They're going to be a good football team. They're good right now. Their defense is playing at a high level. They're going to be good. Okay, I think Green Bay is going to be better than it was this year. And I think the Vikings, they lost Kirk Cousins, and that what's crushed their season. The NFC North could be the toughest division in football next year. It really could be. So it's great that the Lions got the victory, and they won the NFC North this year. But the Lions are a good team, so I think they're all going to be pretty good. Literally, if the Bears win on Sunday, there's going to be a three-way tie for the second place in the NFC North. That's crazy. So, look, definitely better than the NFC South at this point. What should the Lions target this offseason? This one is the easiest thing, Warmy, for me. Free agency and the draft, combine them together. They need to target edge. They need to target cornerback and guard. Edge, cornerback, guard. DT as well, backup DT. That's the route they got to go. They have to address those positions. I like Cam Sutton. I like what Vildor is doing. We need to get a legit number one. I like Aidan Hutchinson. He needs help on the other side. Maybe get a Daniil Hunter. The guard position, we need to get healthier there. Vitae is not coming back. We don't know what's going on with Jonah Jackson's contract. You got to get the offensive line to be stability. You got to get a young guy in there. Those are the three ones that I want to see in the offseason. Let's see. Do you think that JMO should be playing Sunday? Normally, I'm a huge proponent of more playing time. The injury has me concerned. If he's not 95%, you know what? If he's not 99%, I don't want him playing. I want him 100% healthy for the playoffs. We got depth at wide receiver. Just play Donovan Peoples-Jones more. Play Antoine Green. Put somebody else out there. We don't need it. We have other players. If you're dinged up, do not play on Sunday. But if you're 100% good to go, then play. Yeah, I have no problem with that. But look, if he didn't practice today, or if he's questionable, don't play him. Just don't do it. Don't risk it. How far do you think the Lions will make it in the playoffs? I think they win their first game. And if they face Dallas the second game, I predict the Lions going to win that game. I do, because I can't stand Dallas, and you know they're upset about it. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to bet on Dallas to win that second game. If they got to go to San Francisco, that's going to be tough. I think they could get to the NFC Championship game. I think they legit could. It's going to be tough. That's going to be a tough game, but the Lions have a shot, and I'm not going to say they don't, because that's a lie. If I said they don't. I vote we draft Cooper DeJean from the corner and keep him Juice from Iowa. We love Iowa. Love Iowa and Alabama over here. How far do you think that the Lions will make it? Oh, I just said that. I just said that one as well. Sorry. This is what's important to have a producer here, because you see, having a producer helps out, because they can do all this stuff instead of me doing it one time. Remember, the days after Barry retired, we never had a 1,000-yard rusher. And now we can have two running backs in the team that have 1,000. I know. Talk about that. Isn't that crazy? Just absolutely stud. stud that we could have 2,000-yard rusher. What up, Doe to Curtis Steele, man? What's going on, brother? Hopefully you're doing good. Hopefully you're doing outstanding, and can't wait to talk football with you soon. Do you think the players or players the game on? Do you have a player or players the game on Sunday? I don't know the question. Can you rephrase it? Please rephrase it. Maybe I'm seeing it wrong. Maybe I'm looking like a DA. That's okay. Steve-O, baby. What's up, Steve-O? Mike, don't you think that we're looking too far ahead of Dallas, focusing in the first round? I'm not. Like, especially we're facing Green Bay, Steve-O. I still am revenge for that Green Bay game. I'm sorry. I'm pissed. I was upset about it. The Lions played poor, and there's no way in hell the Lions are not focused. The way, like, they easily could have been not focused for that Dallas game. They were 100% in there. They're focused. They're focused on this Vikings game. I have no doubt they're focused there. And then when they face the wild card, they're 100% focused on them. Look, I may be different, but the players are. We as fans, we kind of look at elsewhere. The players aren't doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're 100% locked in at what they're doing for their said week. So I think that's important to understand. We can. Steve-O, you can. I can. Robert Bruce can. Taylor, Alexa, Janella can. The players can't do it. Let's see. We had 2 1,000 rushing yards running back with Reggie Bush and Joique Bell back in the day. Did Joique Bell get 1,000 rushing yards? I know Reggie Bush did. I don't know that Joique Bell did. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. Keep throwing questions in the comments section, and we will get after it. What's going on? Big Arms, Justin Chase. Justin, Big Arms Chase in the building. I haven't seen you in a minute. You got those gigantic freaking arms right there. You got those pythons going on. What's going on? Big Arms, Justin Chase. Dave, that was a million years ago. They're having a conversation there. So let's see. Let me just go back. I'm sure there's something that came up. Let me see something that come up. See, this is also why I need, right? You run out of questions. I know I've missed some, and then you can have somebody that's actually looking for it instead of doing this at the exact same time that I'm recording live. Them getting Chef Dallas was Super Bowl run more likely. Oh, you're talking about the 2014? I'm concerned about Dallas cheating again. Oh, I'm 100% Iceman concerned about the Dallas cheating again. This is what they. Oh man, and that's going to be part. If the Lions face Dallas Cowboys, say that they win the round one, and they got to face Dallas, that's going to be part of my breakdown. Is the referees? Best believe that. What position do we draft this offseason? This is simple. I said it, Evan Davis, a little bit ago. Cornerback, edge, offensive guard, kicker. That could be a position they go maybe in the 7th round. But those 3 positions for sure is going to be lock. You pick what order they go in the draft. I fully expect that will be the first 3 draft picks: edge, cornerback, guard. Or they could go even D-tackle in there, but those are needs. Again, we do got free agency. Free agency got to come first. What if they go hard and go home in cornerback and they get a stud, or they go home and get a Daniil Hunter or a Josh Allen? Well, then you don't have to get edge in round 1. I mean, I still would do it. But you can go in a different direction there. Should the Lions try and get a corner out of the draft? 110%. That's 100%. Does Hutch get at least a half sack this week to beat last year and get to 10? Yeah. You know what? I'll go 2 sacks in this game. I'm going to go with Hutch getting 2 sacks. The offensive line for Minnesota has been having issues. I think the Lions could take advantage. It's at home too, man. You know they're going to pin their ears back. That's if he plays all the game, though. If he may get pulled, right? So let me change it. It just depends how many. If he plays all the way, dang it. So, bro, calm your drinking, brother, just a little bit. I put my parents on to you and others. Got a lot of complaints from the Dallas game. Some had young kids around. They obviously turned you off. Well, they turned me off. Oh, well. Big deal. I'm 38 years old, and I'm going to kind of do what I want to do. I mean, that's the way it is. You know, I serve my country. I have the right to, if I want to drink on air, I have the right to drink on air if I want to drink. So I have the ability to do it, and I'm not going to get told I'm not going to do something. I got to be PC. That's not how it works. Let's see here. If we get a kickback to the Ravens in the Super Bowl, how do we win? We get back to the Ravens. Oh, man. How How do we win? Well, we got to play much better against the mobile quarterback. That's what you got to do because that one ripped us up. The mobile quarterback kills us, and we'd have to have a different game plan if it's the Ravens. It'd be cool to see Hendon Hooker play in this game. I agree with you, Chris. That would be absolutely awesome if he would play, but I don't think that's going to happen. Did they ban the whole officiating crew? No, they did for the playoffs, but nothing else. What's going on, One Bar and Lupicus? You deserve every damn sip.
I'm giving her a D, man, a strong D.
Absolutely, I deserve every sip, man. That was a tough game. Make sure, if you're a Vikings fan, subscribe to One Bar and Lupicus show, Minnesota Vikings Daily. They're my go-to for the Vikings. I love these guys. They're awesome. They make me laugh my ass off. Subscribe to One Bar and Lupicus. It's simple. You search it, get it going. They are my go-to for the Vikings because they don't lie to you. They keep it 100. They don't BS you, and that's the way it is. Let's see. Drink up, brother. You deserve it. Thank you, Brendan Miller, 100%. If they turn you off, 2 more people will turn your channel on. Oh, well. Hey, that's it, man. I'm not... If you want PG, if like everything has got to be PG, you can listen to that on ESPN. All right, you can watch it, the game on there. They're going to be 100% PG. But if you want the real passion and me coming out, that's what I got going on here. And I'm not for everybody, and that's okay. You can turn me off. If you don't like it, turn me off. I'm not for everybody. Would you rather play the Packers or the Rams for playoffs? Personally, this is a personal standpoint. We'll do personal and matchup. Personally, I want to face the Packers. Revenge game. Matchup standpoint, you'd probably want to face the Rams. I think the Rams would be an easier win because Stafford's not mobile. So that's the way that I'd see it. Do you think that Jared Goff would take us to a Super Bowl? Yeah, why couldn't he take us to a Super Bowl? This team, if the defense plays the way it's been playing, and the offense can do what we know it can do, they can. They have. I'm not saying they will, but they can. They can beat. I think they're better than Dallas. They can beat Philadelphia. The question is, can they get past San Francisco? Well, if you were to play San Francisco 10 times, I would take San Francisco 7 out of 10. But guess what? It's any given Sunday, and there's that 30%, right? So, yeah, he can. He absolutely can. Will he? I don't know. How much money are you willing to throw at CD? Oof. Man, this is the big question, Joey, and I don't know because the thing is we got contracts coming up with Penei Sewell, Amon-Ra, St. Brown. Big contracts coming up. Eventually, Aidan Hutchinson, right? There's going to come up Aleem McNeil. He's going to get paid. Jared Goff, potentially. I don't know if that's going to do it. There's a lot of players you got to pay, and you can't pay everybody. That's going to be difficult. But I'm willing to re-sign him. I personally am because I think he's such a vocal leader. I think he's a leader. He's good at what he does. But we're pretty good at safety position. Who is your MVP on the Lions? MVP, can we just do offense, defense instead of just doing all around here? What do you think? Should I do offense, defense? Both. So the producer, Amanda, who's shadowing me trying to learn what I'm doing here, she says go both offense and defense. Offensively, MVP, Penei Sewell. Penei Sewell has been the best tackle in football. You just can't beat this guy. He is a cornerstone. This guy is outstanding. The Lions' run game has a lot to do with him. He's doing awesome. Awesome. Defensively, this is going to be a shocker, and that's okay. That's okay. Alex Anzalone. I think he deserves to be MVP right now in defense. He's played a lot. He's only missed 1 game. He's playing at a Pro Bowl level. He's the Mike linebacker. He's given it all the calls out there. That's awesome. That's awesome. He says, I am, well, look, we don't do the homo stuff here, all right? We don't discriminate here. So, you know what? Get up out of here, dog. I'm not about that type of stuff. I have friends that are gay, and I got a family member that is, so we don't do that type of stuff here. So if you want to do the gay bashing, you go somewhere else. Let's see here. Are you most excited for the return of CJ James Houston or Aleem? CJ Gardner-Johnson. I'm more excited to see CJ Gardner-Johnson here. because what he does in the secondary is very important, the communication, and that's where our weak spot right now is. And I want to see how the Lions secondary is with him in there. You got a Futu Melifonwu. Where are you going to put him? All of that lovely stuff. So I'm excited to see what they have with him on the field. I am. I want to see how the secondary. I think it's their weak point, and I'd like to see. I'd like to see for sure. It says bye-bye. It says bye-bye, 100%. Do they sign Jonah Jackson back? I'm thinking no. I'm thinking that if they would have done it, maybe they've done it already. I'm thinking they're not going to re-sign him back. Injury issues. He's been really good, but then there's been some down points. The Lions could draft a guard, and I think that could be his replacement. I'm thinking no. Because from what I was hearing, he wants to get paid like one of the best guards in football. I think the Lions were willing to do top 10, but not top 2 type of money. Top 2 is way too much. I'm sorry, he's not a top 2 guard in the National Football League. You can't overpay, even though I want him back. But if he takes the deal that I think he's worth, that I'd bring him back. How do you feel about amon-ra does Sunday after he getting snubbed from the Pro Bowl? Well, he's mad. I think amon-ra probably doesn't care as much about the Pro Bowl stuff, but he really, really does care about that Dallas game because you've seen him in the podcast talking. But he plays well regardless. He's always getting snubbed. He's been getting snubbed since since the draft. Mike, the Lions will lose the playoffs, and I will get to see you cry. Lions blow. Okay, you get to see me cry. Wah, wah, wah. Here we go, folks. You get to see me cry. You get to see me cry. Let's do some clown. Man, what are you, like 5 years old, bruh? You middle school, bro? Man, grow up, man. Are the secondaries going to be insane? Kirby, Iffy, CJ, Brian Branch, Cam Sutton, Vildor, and Dorsey. Now, I've kind of removed the Dorsey from being insane, but the rest are pretty good. Yeah, man, it's definitely exciting. It's definitely exciting to see what they can do there, for sure. Let's see. Mr. Fresh laughing. Some people are ridiculous. No, man. You're like 5 years old up in this mug. That's something that my 11-year-old say to me. Hey, Dad. Yeah. When the Lions lose, I'll make you happy. You sit. Hey, you know what it reminds me of? Let's see here. It's the greatest comment, but
Got him.
Oh man, let's see. Mike, Lions Dolphins Super Bowl. Oh, that would be fire. I tell you right now, that would be the best Super Bowl matchup. It would literally get to like 40 points. It'd be like 40-42 game because both offenses would be fired. The Lions wouldn't be able to stop Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, and their defense wouldn't be able to stop none of us. So that would be fun, man. But I think would be a great Super Bowl. It'd be completely different here, folks, is if it was Lions versus Browns. Like, you have two teams that never made it. That would be freaking fun. Mr. Fresh again. I bet he's a Packers fan. He probably is a Packers fan, but, hey, man, look, I don't know if you're on Christmas break from school yet, but you probably want to be listening to your teachers really quick. But you could do something better than that. Come on, man. God dang. It's like, hey, guess what? You smell. Oh, man. Oh, my God. I got producer Amanda laughing her ass off right now here. If you're going to be a tool, at least be a sharp one. I agree, man, 100%, bro. That's comment of the day. I agree with you. Like, I love rips. Like, I love when fan base rip on me. But you got to do it fun, and that's the way that I see it. Like, you got to do it fun, not do it dumb. Do it fun. Come up, like, seriously, come up with a really good rip, and I'll cheer you on. That would, yeah, you would love it. The Browns Super Bowl. Let's see. If the Lions would not be able to keep both running backs, what do you think about Gibbs, Montgomery? Who do you think they would keep? Gibbs. Well, they're going to keep Gibbs. They literally drafted this guy. And Montgomery's on a 2-year deal. He's got 1 year left. So they're going to – Gibbs is the long-term solution. He's the best running back. Montgomery's great. I love Montgomery. They're both great, man. I mean, you're both about to get 1,000 yards. Can't be upset about it. But Montgomery is, next year he'll be the Gibbs will be the number 1 next year on the depth chart. Montgomery is the change of pace back. Mike, play more clown music. You want me to play? Oh, we could do more clown music, man. And for the people that like to tell you what to do, this is my favorite one here. This is called, I call them communist Lions fans. That's my favorite one. It's the people that try to tell you what to do. Those are my favorite ones, man. It's like, you do what I say. And I'm like, okay. Communist Lions fans, man. Like, folks, man, we got to stop with the dumb jokes and telling people what to do, man. Like, those are the two things that just doesn't work. Let's see. Big classic game, Cleveland versus Detroit. That would be awesome. It would be awesome, man. And I'd love to see it. But I think I forgot who said the Miami game, but that would probably be the really fun matchup. It would be fun. Miami played last year in Detroit, and I knew it was going to be a tough game. But that would be, like, if you like offense, that would be the game right there. Matter of fact, I'd love for Miami to go to the Super Bowl. That's the team I want to go to the Super Bowl for the AFC. I would love to see Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and Tua out there putting up some buku numbers. So that's what I want for the AFC. I want to see it. Let's see. Do you think that the Lions re-signed Gardner Johnson? I'm 50-50 on it. I really don't know, man. I don't know. I'm 50-50 on it. I would like to bring him back, but I don't know. Because we have such great depth at safety, but we do need nickel corner, and maybe that's where they're like, you know what? We need a nickel guy. We got Cam Sutton. Let's put C.J. Gardner-Johnson back. Let's go draft a number 1. That would be epic. I would love it, right? That would make this defense awesome. What's up, Mike? What's your take on the immediate offseason needs? Who should we go after first? Edge, cornerback, guard, right there. You throw the order in there the way you want to see it. That's fine. Those are the 3 big positions. And a position we do need that would be later in the draft, maybe 7th round or undrafted, is kicker. Those are needs. Those are not wants. They're needs. The Lions need them. We don't have a lot of needs, but we need those. Those are needs. And I like the Money Badger, but he's not going to kick. Like, he's not going to do he's a good kicker. He's not a great kicker. Let's just put there. How do you think the Lions versus Browns Super Bowl goes? I think it'd be probably like 25-24. It wouldn't be a high-scoring game, but it would be a close game. I think 25-24, something like that. Some weird number with 1-point game. I think that's what it'd be. Is Evans on LSD? Ooh, don't know. Gotta ask him. You want LSD, Evans? Whoever out there, you got it? Potentially. Don't know. I've never taken it, so I wouldn't know. Your player of the game on Sunday, Hutchinson. I don't know how much he's going to play in the game. We don't really know, like, how many snaps he's going to get. I'll go with C.J. Gardner-Johnson. He's going to make his debut. I'll go C.J. Gardner-Johnson. We have a $5 super chat from Oren Shaw. $5 super says, I've tried my hand in YouTube, and it's a huge commitment. I have a bigger appreciation for you, Mike. Orem Shaw, thank you so much, man. So if you've done YouTube, Oren, you know how difficult it is, how much of a pain it is. It takes forever to make a video. A 12-minute video takes 4 hours for me, and when you first start out, it could take 10 hours. A 12-minute video. And when you're doing live, you have to do everything on the mat. So I thank you so much, man. I truly do appreciate it. Keep doing YouTube, though. If you want to do it, Oren, you want to talk Lions, just do it, regardless how it pans out. If that's something you want to do, don't stop because it's hard, because it is hard. When I first started out doing YouTube, I would spend 20 hours a week doing it, getting nothing in return, getting 50 views on a video. It is tough. 20-hour weeks. I was made fun of by everybody around me, my ex-wife, their family, my friends. Everybody mocked me for doing it because there was no return on the investment. but it eventually does happen if you keep to it. So don't stop. If you want to do it, do it. And you want to know what, Oren, if you have a YouTube channel and you put it in the, or you tell me if it's just Oren Shaw, I'll go subscribe myself. All right, and I'll be the first one to show you some love in there. I'm always on small channels. I'm always on beginners. Okay, and you'll see, I'll see it. Maniac Sports has got like 10 subs. Every time it goes live, I'll go in there. I don't care. I'm a Lions fan. I want to hear perspectives from anyone and everyone. I don't care how big your channel is or how small it is. I will listen to anybody. That's the way that I do. If I'm on YouTube, if I'm not doing family stuff, I will do it. You see the Lions try to re-sign Bugs this offseason. Absolutely not. They're not re-signing Bugs. They released him. It's done. It's over with. Bugs is done. Let's see. You'll come a long way, brother. You have come. Thank you, Big M. Thank you. It's been 5 years in the making. Do what you love. Love what you do 110%. And I'll tell you guys, if there's kids listening, younger kids are in high school, we know that there's one middle schooler listening to this. Do what you love, regardless of what anybody tells you. If they say you can't do it, you give them the middle finger and you do it anyways. Never, with all odds against you, you do what you love. And even if it looks tough, do it. Go for it. Never let somebody tell you can't do it. And that's the bottom line. I got told that I wouldn't graduate high school. I got told that I wouldn't join the Army. I got told I wouldn't graduate basic training. I got told I wouldn't come back from Iraq. I got told that I wouldn't go to college and I wouldn't get a degree. I got told that I couldn't do YouTube. Do not let people tell you what you can do. You can be anything you want to be, and that's facts. Let's see, 37-17. Congratulations, great 30 years in the making. Yeah, thank you so much, Gary. Good job. Roll with your team. The wheels fall off and get in help the push. That's right, Gary. And he's a Kansas City fan. And he's been a subscriber for a long time. So you don't even have to be a Lions fan to be on this channel. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you, every single one of you guys. And you guys are the reason why this channel works. You are the reason. I don't think cutting Bugs was the right decision. Oh, Lisa, I'm kind of with you with there. But what I'm hearing, Lisa, is Bugs really didn't want to be here. That's what the rumor that I am being told, and I got told that today. So if that's the case, then look, if you don't want to be here, if you don't want to be part of this, then I don't want you on the team. So if that is, I'm not saying that's the case. That's the rumor. Let me case in point here. That's the rumor. It's not fact. That is the rumor. But if the rumor is true, then I don't want him to be here, right? Like, if you don't want to be here, then don't be here. Because all it's going to do is show that maybe lack of effort on the field, or that there's going to be dysfunction. We don't want that, right? We want people that want to be here, and that's the bottom line. I just posted a commercial from Herman Moore and Wayne Fonts. Farewell presser. That's awesome, Sloan Heads. And, folks, you never know who's listening. You never know who's listening. I know there's one person that works. It's a frequent person that works high at Ford Field. I know Jameson Williams listens to the podcast. And you, Sloan, maybe you're one of those individuals as well. So that's why we got to have fun, and we got to keep it 100, because there's actual people that listen to this stuff, and you wouldn't expect it. It's 100% the truth. What position do we need to pick up the most? It's hard to tell. 51 like, if you're to give me, there's 3 positions: guard, cornerback, edge. Okay, I think that cornerback would be 34%, edge would be 32%, and guard would be, or edge would be 32%, guard would be like 31%, and something else with the rest. That's how I got it as. They're all 3 are significant needs for this football team. And if you look at the Lions free agents, there is a crap ton at the edge position. Romeo Okwara, Charles Harris, Julian Okwara, they're not going to be back. They're free agents. They're not coming back. So that's 3 players that you're going to have to replenish. So you're going to have to go in free agency in the draft to replenish those players. And plus, the position already sucks. So knowing that, you got to get edge. And I think they're going to go into this free agency period, and they're going to address edge there immediately. Corner they could address immediately as well. So look for those positions in free agency. Big time. Thank you so much. Mike is the man says, Mike is the man. Love it. Appreciate you. I love when you guys change those names. Appreciate you taking the time to actually do something like that. What player is key for a postseason run for the Lions? We already know what the key position is right here. It's the number one key position for me. Well, there's one player that is key, and there's one positional group that's key. So we'll start with the one player here is key, Jared Goff. It's got to be the quarterback. If Jared Goff can not turn the football over and manage the game, the Lions are going to win this. We're going to win a lot of playoff games. But that goes to the positional group. That's number two, and that's the offensive line. If the offensive line is healthy and they're playing well, they're well, the Lions are going to make a run because you can run the football, you can do play action, protect Jared Goff. Those are the two. I think the defense is doing its part. Like if you're looking at if the defense can maintain what they've done the last month, the Lions are going to make a run. Look, the Lions, we know the Lions offense can put up points, they can put up yards. It's the defense we had question mark, but the defense has played great. Well, I wouldn't say great. They played really good in the last month. And if they do that in the playoffs, good luck. The Lions going to beat the Lions going to beat Philadelphia if they play Philadelphia. The Lions going to beat Dallas if they play Dallas. The Lions will beat the Rams if they play the Rams. The Lions can beat Green Bay if they Green Bay. They legitimately can. Because the Lions can control everything. So when you're running the football and control the line of scrimmage, when you have an offensive line, you can beat anybody. And that's the bottom line. Sloan says Jared Goff. And I agree with you. I agree with you. I'm waiting for Dr. Detroit in the building. Dr. D, if you're listening, jump in there. I got to show some love to Dr. D. But, folks, we have been going on for about an hour. And I'm going to be live for Sunday's game. Even though it may not be a meaningful game, we're going to be live for it nonetheless. So make sure you're there for it. We got videos dropping tomorrow, Friday's video. Get ready for that. Subscribe if you haven't done so. I know every one of you literally is 207 in the building. Probably 200 of you guys are subscribers. But if you're one of those individuals, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We do this stuff every single day. That's what it's about. And so I appreciate you guys in the building. With that said, folks,
searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it. And I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring. My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great.